Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing pizza rustica. I have everything we need here to get started on the crust: flour, butter, oil, eggs, some salt, water, a little bit of Weller's Foolproof. So let's get working on this and let's get to work. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is add in our salt, our butter, the colder the better. I had this in the freezer, and then our olive oil. I'm gonna take our pastry cutter and work it until it's like a crumb, basically. It's gonna take a few minutes, especially if your butter's nice and cold. Just keep at it and you'll get there. Okay, so after you've been working it for a few minutes, it's gonna look something like this, a very, very loose crumb. What you're gonna wanna do is just get everything out of your pastry cutter. Don't wanna lose any of that. What about you guys? But it made me thirsty. You're gonna wanna make kind of a well in the middle. You wanna take your eggs. Just dump your eggs in. This is 2 eggs. You're just gonna kinda wanna work it around with the fork. Get all that in there. Don't be afraid to get in with your hands. Yeah. Go ahead and get in there. Now we're gonna start adding some water. Flour is always gonna be different, so you wanna add a little water at a time. You want just enough water for it to come together into a dough, but not too much that it's sopping wet. You know, we're not trying to make pizza. You don't want super high hydration here. This is gonna need a little more. And once it will no longer, once I actually need to start kneading it, I'm gonna take it out of the bowl and just work it right on the counter. It's gonna need more water. Yeah, we're getting there. Just remember, you can always add more water. You can't really take it back out. But we are almost there. It's still a little too dry. Just keep mixing it. I think it needs a little more water. I want it to come together a little bit better. It's just about there though. Out of the bowl, onto the counter. Don't want to leave anything behind. Trying to decide if I want to add a little more water, which I think I'm going to. Just mix that in. Form it into a nice ball. And we'll put it in the fridge. It needs to rest for at least an hour. But while it's doing that, we can get our meats ready. We're gonna brown up some sausage. We're gonna cut up some soppressata, some pepperoni, some ham. All right, I'm gonna get some plastic wrap and wrap this guy up. We'll be right back. Okay, let's talk about meats for a second. So first we have pepperoni. You know, it's standard. It's pepperoni. Everyone knows it. Then we have ham. You could use a smoked ham. I just got regular ham. And then this is soppressata. This is like salami, but better. I use it whenever I can. It's peppered. It has just a better flavor. I like it. I use it whenever I can. Then we have what I'm gonna call my secret weapon. This is my homemade sausage. It's a fennel sausage, so it's gonna be sweeter. We're gonna brown it up before we put it in. Everything here is cured. This is still raw. So we're gonna brown it right now, and then we'll get it mixed in with everything else. All right, let's get our filling going. We're gonna start with basket cheese. Now this has literally, it's packed inside a basket so that the moisture can drain out. I'll put all the measurements in the description below for you. So basket cheese. We're gonna do mozzarella. Usually I wouldn't say go with a pre-shredded cheese, but this is grande, and in their pre-shred they do not add any sort of anti-clumping to it, so there's not gonna be any additives. It's gonna be fine. So this is freshly ground Pecorino Romano. I'm gonna add a good pinch of salt, nice, a few cracks of pepper. Gonna add our egg. Now we're gonna start adding our meats. It's the pepperoni, ham, soppressata. I didn't brown this super hard, just a little. I wanted to drain off some of the fat. Okay, yeah. That guy's extra. Right now, we're gonna start mixing. And just keep mixing. You can't overmix this. But you really wanna make sure you blend it well. I actually like having the meats slightly different sizes and shapes. I think it adds texture. And when you have everything exactly the same, it kind of gets lost. All right, I think that's gonna do it. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge until we're ready for it. Okay, so once your dough is rested, you're gonna take it out of the fridge. You wanna cut about a third of it off and save it for later. We're gonna use that for the top. All right, and then we're gonna get to work on this portion here. You wanna put just enough flour down so we're not sticking. You don't wanna put too much extra. And we're gonna start rolling it out. You wanna get to about 1/8 of an inch thick. And then roll it back over the pin to spread it out in the springform pan. Okay, so that looks about right. I'm gonna dust it with just a little flour. Get a little on my hand, get it on the pin. Then we're gonna gently pick it up and make sure it's not sticking. We're gonna roll it over the pin. And get our springform pan that we've oiled, floured, and lay it back out over that. Okay. Now you need to gently work it into the corners, hopefully without stretching it more. If you have some excess on this side, we'll use it to patch up this side. We use it to patch up the other side because I missed the center. It happens. Okay, and we're done. I think that looks good. Now we're gonna get our filling. Okay, we got our filling. We're just gonna start putting it in and make sure you get it into all the corners. You don't want any air bubbles in this. Just gonna put it in and pack. Just as you go, pack it in. That first layer is really kind of the crucial layer. You really want to make sure you're down in all the corners. And we're just going to fill it in. Just like that. You know, even it out, knock it down. You don't want to waste any of this. Okay, now we're going to take that last third that we saved of the dough, roll it out, make a cover. Okay, we have our cover rolled out, up on our pin, and just going to let it roll off. We're going to tuck it in. Just go around, kind of crimping it together. We're going to have some extra here. It's okay. Always when I'm doing something like this, I'll make extra dough. You never want to run out. I'm going to lay the extra over the top and just trim it off. Okay, so now that we have our top on, I'm actually going to just go around one more time, make sure we're good. Just trim off any excess. You don't want this crust to be too thick up top here. Okay. We'll take our egg wash and brush the entirety of it. It's gonna give it a nice color as it bakes. Just go around painting it. Now we crimp. Just gonna kind of fold down the edges and then just crimp them in. This just seals in all the filling. Now we're gonna go in the oven, 450 degrees, and as soon as we get it in there at 450 degrees, we're gonna turn it down to 350. It's gonna cook for about an hour and 20 to about an hour and 30 minutes. I'll check the internal temperature just to make sure it's where I want it. And I'll see you guys when it comes out. All right, about an hour and 20 minutes later, we have a nice golden brown. Gonna call that guy done. So we need to let it, I'd say, sit like this for about 20 minutes, and then we'll take the mold off and let it sit at least for another 20 minutes before we cut into it. Okay, so about an hour and 20 minutes in the oven and we're done. Nice golden brown. I let it sit out for about 15 minutes, and then I took the ring off, took the shell out from the bottom, and I just let it sit in the fridge overnight. I like to really let it set up. So we're gonna cut into it now, get a nice slice out of it. And yeah, so you get a nice even dispersion with the cheeses and the eggs, set it up nice. Good layer of crust on it. Let's get into it. It's a lot of really great flavors playing in there. The pepper comes through strong in the soppressata, and the little bit extra black pepper really helps. Just a little bit of spice in the egg and the richness of everything really coming together nice. Hope you enjoyed. Any questions? Leave them in the comments.